Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Coombs. I'm a physical therapist. Today we're going to be talking about the W4 light test or the W4 dot test. We're going to talk about how we come to the interpretation from the results. Now if you haven't watched my previous video, I encourage you to take a look at that first. It's going to give you a lot of insight. So we're going to review some common results with the W4 light test. If they tell you that they see 4 lights in the correct orientation, remember the red light is on the top, the 2 green lights are on the sides of the diamond shape, and then the bottom light can be yellow or orange, or sometimes they might say it's flashing between green and red. That is the correct answer, and we call this normal binocular vision. Now, if you see on the image here, this is a top-down view. The right eye has a red lens in front of it. This is going to filter out the green light. So the right eye is going to effectively see 2 red lights, and the left eye has a green lens in front of it. The green lens filters out red light. So the left eye is effectively going to see 3 green lights. Now, because both eyes are working together and they're aligned properly, the images are going to be fused to make one single image, and they'll see the correct orientation with just 4 lights. If they tell you, I see 3 green lights, we talked about how that is right eye suppression. That's our interpretation. If you look at the image here, the right eye, the input is not being processed by the brain. So all we have is the input from the left eye. The left eye, again, has the green lens in front of it, which filters out red light. So the left eye only sees the 3 green lights. And that's why if the person tells you, I see 3 green lights during the W4 light test, we can interpret that as right eye suppression. Now, similarly, if they tell you, I see 2 red lights, we can interpret this as left eye suppression. As you see in the image here, the left eye input is not being processed by the brain. Only the right eye input is being processed by the brain. The right eye, again, has the red lens in front of it, which is going to filter out any green light. And so the right eye sees only 2 red lights. If they tell you, I see 5 lights, this is going to mean that they have double vision or diplopia. Now, the orientation of the green lights and the red lights is going to tell us if it is uncrossed or crossed diplopia. As you can see in the image here, I just drew it so that both eyes turn inward. It's easier for people to kind of understand this concept. And when both eyes or one eye is turned inward, we call that atropia. It's technically esotropia. We see that here, the image is going to fall on the nasal retina, which is responsible for giving us our temporal visual field. So if they see 3 green lights on the left and 2 red lights on the right, we call that uncrossed diplopia because the image seen by the right eye appears on the right side. Remember, the right eye has the red lens, it sees the 2 red dots, and here the red dots are appearing on the right side, okay? And the same with the green dots. If the left eye image is shown on the left side, then that is also meaning it's uncrossed. Now, if they say 5 lights, but the green lights are on the right and the 2 lights are on the left, this is crossed diplopia. They still have double vision, but this tends to happen if one or both eyes are actually turned outward, which is called exotropia. This happens because the image falls on the temporal retina, which is responsible for our nasal visual field. So as you can see on the image, it might be a little more easy to see why that happens. It's important to remember that the results are not limited to just the ones I talked about. This is way more complex. People can have vertical diplopia or a combination of horizontal and vertical diplopia. I hope you found this video helpful in determining how we come to the interpretation of the W4 light test based on a person's reported results. All right, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. See you next time.